This video is titled Gaza and the Day of the Lord. Gaza, or the Gaza Strip, is a name we hear often today. I am guessing it is second only to the ongoing Ukraine-Russia war. Most recently, Gaza made the headlines with the Hamas attack on the Israelis October 7 of 23. 1,139 people were killed, 240 hostages taken, and many were wounded. Today, phase 2 of the Gaza peace plan is struggling to take hold. The IDF has dug in, and if peace is not found to their satisfaction, they will likely take control of the entire Gaza Strip. Today, Gaza has approximately 2.1 million people made up of Muslims and a very small Christian minority. Hamas, which is a terrorist organization, runs the government in Gaza. Hamas is controlled and run by Iran. As we know, the nuclear facilities within Iran were recently bombed by the U.S. and Israel, but Iran has the intentions of rebuilding their ballistic missile program. I want to go back to the Old Testament and share with you a number of scriptures that mention Gaza. Gaza is first mentioned in Genesis 10, verses 15 to 19, and is one of the oldest cities in history. It was associated with the Philistines. In Joshua 15, verses 46 and 7, Gaza is mentioned as one of 5 primary Philistine cities. So here are a few scriptures that portrays Gaza and the Philistines as adversaries of Israel. Joshua 10, verse 41, Deuteronomy 2, verse 23, Judges 1, 18, 2, verse 3, 16, verse 1, 16, verse 21, 1 Samuel 6, 17, 2 Kings 18, 8, Amos 1, 6 to 7, Jeremiah 25, 17 to 29, Zephaniah 2, verse 4, and Zechariah 9, verse 15. Now let's go to recent history and mention some key historical milestones. May 14 of 48, a miracle occurred. Israel became a nation. On the eve of May 14, the Arab-Israel War broke out. Egypt seized control of Gaza. 1967, Six-Day War. Israel captured Gaza from Egypt. 1987 and 88, founding of Hamas, whose charter called for the destruction of Israel. 1994, Oslo Accords. Israel granted the Palestinian Authority limited self-government. 2005, Israel evacuated Gaza due to world pressure and granted Gaza its autonomy. Hamas takes over, and may I say this was a very bad decision. October 7 to 23, Hamas goes on a killing spree with a surprise attack against the Israelis. 2025, Israel has taken complete siege of Gaza with the intent of eliminating Hamas from Gaza. Let me now jump into the future and check out what the Bible has to say. The Bible tells us that Israel must still suffer through a series of wars and dramatic confrontations. By the way, Hamas, which means violence, is mentioned by name in the Bible. There are Old Testament passages that speak of the violence being a group of people who are anti-Israel, and the group seems to be headquartered in the ancient area of the Philistines. And we are told that Hamas arises as the day of trouble, or the day of the Lord is near. Zephaniah 2, verses 3 to 7 mentions enemies coming from the west, east, south, and north against Israel. Check out who comes from the west. It is Gaza, and they are totally destroyed. Could that be happening now? I end with this thought. There are some biblical wars that are coming, one of which is the Psalm 83 war. I believe that during this war that Israel will reclaim all of the promised land. This land is described in detail in Genesis 15 and Numbers 34. Today this land includes parts of Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iraq, Syria, and all of Israel, Lebanon, and Jordan. You can be guaranteed that during the millennium that Israel will have all of the promised land. Hindsight is great. We have seen God's plan unfold from the past with the spotlight on Gaza. Now we can see his plans for the future of Israel. And let it be known that the day of the Lord is at hand. That is in Zephaniah 1 verse 7. So look up, for our redemption is drawing near.